Hello, buddies. This is a short video about Ktor in Kotlin. So, what is Ktor? Ktor is a kind of dependency which we are going to use for API calls, WebSocket calls, all those things. Okay, it's like kind of retrofit. We are going to use this in Kotlin. Actually, it is built in a Kotlin. Retrofit is a different dependency. We are going to implement it. This is built in Kotlin. Let's start how to do it. Okay, yeah. So if you can see over here, this is the these are the dependencies you need actually. Okay. This is for Ktor client and Ktor core, and this is for serialization and JSON. Okay. Then this is for login. Okay, I just added those in. So if you want to only this means you can add it. If you are using any other serialization means you don't want to add this, or you just add this one. And JSON also same. If you are using different one, you don't want to add this. Okay, but this thing we need these things. Okay, this is for log. If any errors or something we want to log the Ktor things means we are going to use this one. So just use this one and use mostly 3.1 actually. Right now I used 2.4.3. It's giving some errors. Okay, so you can use it like above that, or you just use 3.0.1. Okay, yeah, let's say. So first, after you sync the project, I already synced the project, so you don't want to do anything. So after I sync the project, we have to, for like retrofit, how we created the retrofit client, how like that we have to create here. Okay, so I'll tell retrofit and Ktor difference in the end. Okay, first we will finish this one and let me give the explanation at the end. Okay, that will be clear. Okay, then so I'm going to create a singleton. So this is Ktor. Okay, coin. Okay, this is coin actually. Dependency injection. The same dependency injection we are going to create. Uh, Ktor client also. Okay, singleton. I'm going to create singleton. Where is that? Okay, single. So in this single, so this is HTTP client actually. So first, earlier we will use HTTP client, right? The same HTTP client. But it will be from the Ktor dependency. Okay, HTTP client, this one. Okay, it will be from io.ko.client. Okay, the same thing. So this one, I need to add here just Android. It's a engine we need to, which engine we are going to use. I'm using a Android engine, so I CIO something other engine also is there. If you want, you have to implement that dependency over there. Right now I am adding the Android dependency, so I am using Android engine. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, then here I need to install something like, so how we will do in that JSON converter, all those things, right? So those things we have to do in the installer. Okay, in installer, content negotiation. So content negotiation is like the conversation of JSON to model class to those things. Okay, so JSON, inside JSON I'm going to add JSON. Okay, here I just add the ignore keys. Okay, unknown keys. If any unknown keys other than this module, if it is come means we don't want to create those things. I'm giving this. Then another one install is like for logging. I'm just adding the logger. Okay, level is like, so we can differentiate the logger level. Okay, logger level, body, info, none, header, only for header, only for body. I'm just giving all because all log is fine, whatever the error we are getting. Then so this is for basic setup. With this we can use the Ktor actually, right? With this we can use the Ktor directly in our project. And now I'm going to do is it's customization of request header or request header. Okay, we can take a default header. So in retrofit we can, if when we are giving, we can we can interrupt the usage and we can add header and all those things, right, in the chain. Like the same thing we can, this is the default request we can add header, default request header. So here it says like that content type, like that, those things, content type, application JSON, header. So the same header we can do like authorization and we barrier token. Okay, barrier token we can add. So I don't have any barrier token right now, I just commit that. So you can, if it is going for all the request, you can add everything over here in the same request. Okay, that is fine. This is the basic setup. So this HTTP client will return the HTTP client. So HTTP client is the singleton class. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so this is the last project, okay, where we did the coin. Okay, so this is the same project, the coin is already implemented. So I'm going to going here in the repository. In the repository I'm just going to add HTTP client. Okay, private var HTTP client. So this will be from the coin. So we don't want to implement, or we don't want to initialize anywhere from that, but we have to do this here. Actually here I am doing like this, right? I already created this one as singleton, so I don't want to. If I'm doing like this means I need to give get. If I'm doing like this, I don't want to give that, so that is fine. So we have this one. Inside this I'm going to, we are just going to do the one by one process of get request, post request, all those requests. Okay, so all these requests I'm going to do. What happened actually? Okay, screen orientation change. Okay, I forgot to record. Oh my god, it's taking full. Okay, fine, let's leave it. Okay, okay, just now so this API, this is the what is that, testing API, JSON placeholder. I'm going to use this API. We are going to use this post get API. Okay, so I don't know how to use this post at all. They didn't give anything, but if I figure out, I'll let you know. So right now this post get request, we are going to use it over here. Okay, where Android Studio. Okay, yeah, so I'll just go to the application class. So okay, I already implemented this one. So I just created the base URL. Okay, so if you are not using the Ktor, how you can do this one is, so you can create this one also as like this. Okay, well, HTTP client is equal to like this. Okay, so this will HTTP, so this static HTTP client, you can use it anywhere. Okay, this is the process. If you are not using the Ktor or any other dependency, if you are using Hilt also, you can directly use it, but this one, if you are not using any dependency injection, you can use that directly like this. Okay, so in the base URL, I'm going to use this one in the repository. So first let's see the get request, then we will go for post, because post have different varieties. We'll see the get request, and this one is always suspend. Okay, you need to write a suspend function, or you need to call this one in a coroutine, direct coroutine, or you need to call in a suspend function. Okay, because this is asynchronous, so coroutine support, full coroutine support this Ktor at all. Okay, so I'm just try catch is necessary, not as necessary, for safety purpose it's good. Log D. Okay, not log D, log E. Okay, so now here I'm going to call where response is equal to HTTP client dot get. So get means get, post means post, direct method. Okay, get. Okay, inside get we need to give the URL. So I'm just giving base URL slash posts. Okay, yeah, post. Now this will have the response. From this response we need to take the particular list of post requests. So you can see here, this is a list of posts, this one is a one post, so this is a list of posts, that this list of posts we need to take out. Okay, so for that, where post list is equal to, so I'm just going to, this response will have the whole data. Okay, response. Okay, so response means if response dot status dot value, not value, okay, yeah, value only, is equal to 200, then we need to process. So this is the status code. Status code is 200 means it is pass, right? So if status code and status value means here their message, here the message will be description. Okay, so description, the message will come. Okay, it's success or failure. If success or failure, you can directly call this one too. Okay, so that's fine. In this response, what we are going to take, body. Okay, body will have the type, this type will be list post module. Okay, so let me explain the post module. So if we are using any data class, any module class, means it should be serializable. Okay, it should be serializable, because we added the dependency, and it needs to be, then only it can match, the converter can match the appropriate JSON to the method. Okay, so it needs to be serializable. Then we added this one. Now we will get the post list over here. So I'm going to return the post list to the callback. Okay, post list. Okay, so using the using this callback, if you see here, I am just calling the title. So this is the post data. This is a post data which I am getting in the view model. So if you see here, this, yeah, use case execute post data. I am showing this post data, and this post data will show the get the post value, and I am post title I am loading over here. Okay, this is the data, right? Then post module, then okay, yeah, this fetch data is done. Though this is how we need to do the get request. And if we want to add anything, any parameter in the get request, which means in case we can add, right? So we can add any request we want to add, something like that, means we need to have, we can, this HTTP get will have one lambda class. Okay, so in the with the lambda class we can take URL actually. So inside we will have a URL. Okay, so with the URL we can append something. It's like it will have a parameter too, parameter dot append. So this is a key name, it means user ID and something like user value. Okay, so this will append to this URL automatically. So if we want to append anything using this one to this URLs. Okay, so right now this API doesn't have anything to append, so we just leave it like that. Then we'll go for the this one. So this one actually we don't need. Go for the post request. Okay, so post request is kind of the same thing, but in post request we have different types, right? So it's like we can query the post request, we can form data, we can send the form data, we can send the whole body of the post. So those things and all will let me explain. So where response is equal to, okay, so the same thing, HTTP client dot post. Okay, post should be this one, any request. So this actually I'm not going to see that, so I'm just going to do post. Okay, so the same, we need to open the lambda. Okay, after the lambda, if we are going to pass any header, okay, so we can use the header also. Header, we can directly pass the header, or headers we should take, and here we need to append something. Okay, sorry, any particular request for a particular specifically for this one. This one is a header, and then we can add body. Okay, for body what we need to do, set body. The body should be type any things like, so if I want to send post, right? So well, so I can data is equal to post module. Okay, 0. Okay, so this is my post data. I'm just passing the post data, so it will go as a body. Okay, so if what if I want to send any form data? Okay, so if I want to send any form data means body. So inside body I have to add form data content. Okay, so inside form data content I have a parameters. Okay, parameters dot build. Inside build we can append each parameters. Is like username, Charles, gender, male. So like this we can add the form data. This is for form data, this is for post, this is for set body post. Okay, so this is how it will work in the post method, and we can add this. And if we want anything in the URL append, means we can append the URL also. This is all about the Ktor, and if we want I can run it, and we can check the get request. Post request I will create my own something like that, and we can test it. Okay, so because this one I don't know how it will work actually. Let's see, let me run it. So this response also, it will give the status code. It will status code 200 or 400 or something like that. Description will be the message. If it 404 means bad request, something kind of those request. Okay, those things it will give. Yeah, it is fine actually. Let's run the device will be launching. Okay, Okay, just I will explain how it is differ from retrofit. Like, so it the performance wise it will be same. So there is no big difference between this one, and it's like how retrofit and HTTP client will differ. Wally will be differ. So like not it won't be like that kind of big difference. So performance wise it will be same, but that usage wise, implementation wise, that will be little easy. If we are using anything like related to what happened. Okay, if we are using anything, let me see that. So if we are using anything related to only APIs, REST APIs means retrofit will be very easy, simple to implement. So we don't want, we can with the annotation get to post and we can do everything clearly. Here everything is a manual usage actually. We need to write everything each time. This whole things HTTP post client. There we have to implement in a interface and we can directly use it, and that will be little easy compared to this one. But in retrofit we have a drawback of we can't use WebSockets, and KMM, it won't support for KMM, and it is not a default coroutine support. Okay, so we have to do all those things by ourselves. Here it is a coroutine support, it will be in a coroutine, and we can call WebSocket, it will be supporting the WebSocket, and mainly it is used for KMM. Okay, if the project is only using REST API means we can use the retrofit actually. If the project is supporting needed WebSockets, and if it needs some other more support means we can actually do lot of stuffs over here. In retrofit we can't do, it is hard to do all those customizations based on the things here like that. It is quite bit. For KMM we can use, we should use this one only, Ktor only, because retrofit won't support for KMM with multi-platforms. Okay, yeah. Okay, now we'll see what is the error over here. Okay, name is empty. What name is empty? Okay. Okay, actually here this one is calling the post request. Actually I said right, so we don't want to call post request. That's why it's the error, because I click the save. So if in our main, if you see the view model, the function is like if I save something, then only it will be fetch. So that's why I saved it. Now if I click the item, it will load. It should load. Let's see, add. Okay, so see these are all titles. These are all titles of the post. Okay, yeah. So this is how the Ktor will work. Okay, yeah. Thank you.